Hey, what's going on? Dang, we already dropping stuff? Hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, because we do support new people. So, I've had 0 video ideas this week. None, not anything. Instagram changed their algorithm, so I'm deadass refusing to post until they fix it. My followers aren't seeing my posts. Who trying to email them and just let me know what results you get back? Because
That's a wrap.
Also, I've tried to like film multiple videos. I'll just turn on the camera, say words, and then just it wouldn't, like, nothing comes out. So, in honor of that, since I care for you guys so dearly and I do read comments, I've decided to give like a compilation slash story time of times that I've gotten my ass beat at the house as a kid. That's all I could come up with. Like, that's the only source of entertainment that I could come up with for this video. Please subscribe. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. All right, so age 3. I don't know, I was a very curious child.
Try stupid, you dumbass.
Adventurous child. I got my ass beat frequently, so these are just the instances in which I got my ass whooped frequently. I don't know. So age 3. You guys know, like, this is stuff. It's like this little powdery stuff. It's like green, bluish. It's called Comet. I'll insert a picture if I can. You sprinkle it like in your bathtub, your sink, all that good stuff. Yeah. So I decided at the young tender age of 3, I decided to carry the entire container around the house and just sprinkle the Comet everywhere. I did this upstairs, downstairs, in my room, in my parents' room, guest room, bathroom, kitchen, laundry room, outside, backyard, garage. Fuck you talk about in the car. I didn't put it inside the car, but you get what I mean. So all I remember was me doing that. I forget who's home or what happened. Just, it's funny because my mom would always mention the story about, hey Jason, you remember when you were like 3 and you know you sprinkled the Comet around the house and then I whooped your ass? And then, you know, all my relatives are like, that shit's not funny. That shit hurt. Getting whooped hurt. It's not funny. I mean, okay, next incident. We're now moving on to the age of 4. So at the age of 4, I decided to swallow a penny. Don't ask how that happened. It just happened. I swallowed it, and luckily enough, it was open and turned to the side, so I could still breathe. But apparently the doctor said, you know, if it were to close up, I'd die. But I'm here, so who lived? So no, yeah, the only thing that happened with that was once the penny came out, like 4 days later, I got a whooping apparently for just scaring my mom and dad for almost dying over swallowing a penny. How do you get whooped for that? Like, I was getting... Next incident. Now we're fast forwarding to, like, I think age 8. I had to be between 8 and 9 when this happened. But anyway, Play-Doh, right. You know, it's mushy, it's gushy, it tastes kind of salty, only because I've tried it before. Don't try that at home. And I loved Play-Doh. I would have these little kits that, you know, make cookies and all that stuff. You know, it was super fun. So one day I decided to be a chef, you know, Chef Boyardee. I'm in my room and I had a lamp in my room. But at the time, that lamp had no shade cover. So, you know, you turn on the light, it's just the bare lamp. I decided it would be a magnificent idea to place a flat layer of Play-Doh on top of the lamp and watch that shit bake. So the whole lamp exploded, and I think that's about the time that my mother ended up coming home. She comes upstairs, she smells some sort of aroma, you know, like the house is burning down, damn near, I don't know. And she goes in my room, there's just smoke on the lamp that's just sizzling towards the sky. Sizzling? Is it sizzle? I don't know. So she sees me, and I just remember 10 minutes later, I'm getting beat. Got whooped. Okay, now we're fast forwarding to age 10. I believe I actually told a story about this. I think I was 10. Was I 10? Forget the age. Just, this is an incident because I remember it like it was yesterday. So, I told a story about this. I went to school. I had to be in about 4th grade. I ended up going to school with like this little orange tipped BB gun. It wasn't a BB gun. It was kind of like, it was this weird airsoft gun, but it looked exactly like a real gun. The only difference was it had an orange, you know, tip. So, you know, I go into school, I'm lining up before class, and you know, I'm supposed to be a cop for Halloween. We're sitting down in our little, you know, dotted lines right outside the door before we go inside. And you know, I tell a buddy in front of me, I'm like, look, I got a gun in my book bag. Why the f would you say that? I was tweaking hard. Had I attempted to pull something like that now, I'd be in prison. So I pull the gun out, he goes crazy, I get in trouble, I go to the principal's office, they call my mom, I cry on the phone, dad picks me up, I don't say anything in the car, I get home, go upstairs, I'm running around the house, and I get whooped. But this time, this was a special whooping. These was one of those whoopings where it was like, all right, you took it too far, so we finna really whoop your shit. My dad ended up having one of these little like twigs, like these these real small twigs, and he would keep it, like, mind you, I'm still little. So we had a big fat TV, like, you know, one of those old-fashioned ones, and it would sit in this huge dresser. And behind the dresser, I remember this, oh my God. My dad, I remember he kept the twig hidden in the back. So you would reach behind the TV on the left side and you would pull the twig out, and then, you know, he just would have it. So this day, you know, he gets out the twig and I'm getting lashed up and down the staircase. Right, very fun experience. Love you, Dad. Next incident. I think I had to be a little bit younger when this took place, but anyway, my dad had like this little green car, right? And it was a stick shift, so it was manual. I had a decent amount of friends around this time. You know, the neighborhood kids would come over my house. We'd eat freeze pops, all that good stuff, you know, just have a good time. Kind of just in the driveway of my house playing and talking. So I remember I wanted to pretend to drive. And like damn near all kids do this. Like if you haven't pretended to get into the driver's seat of a car and, you know, act like you're driving, where's your childhood? But anyway, I get in my dad's green car and I do this, right? But the only thing was I ended up putting my foot on the clutch and I moved the gear. So I just pushed it up. I didn't know what I was doing because I always used to see him do it when he would drive the car. So I pull the stuff and the car instantly is rolling back all the way into the middle of the street. So I'm panicking. I get out. I try and like hold the door. My little ass.
No. How about you try my big ass?
And I'm like, oh no, it's not going. So I just let the car take over, goes across the street and crashes into a tree. My dad was definitely at home when this took place. He ended up coming outside. There was like 9 of my friends there just sitting right on the side, just mouth open like, oh my God, what is he gonna do? And then nobody says anything. I tell my dad that I drove the car into the street, but all I did was like pull the little... I went inside and got my ass beat. Next incident. This is another one where I think I was a little bit younger, so probably 4. No. I lied. I had to be 8, 9. So this was just any old other day. You know, I came home from school and I was kind of just outside hanging out with a couple of friends. And at this age, I was still playing like, you know, house where, you know, you have a mother, dad, son, daughter, all that little stuff. And it's like pretend pretty much. So on this day when we were playing house, I was like the uncle, I believe. And, you know, a friend of mine, she was the mom. A buddy of mine, he was the dad, you know, so on and so forth. This is awkward as f. So the sidewalks on either side of the street would be like, you know, normal streets, like, you know, pedestrians, like the normal road. And in the street would be like the freeway or the expressway, whatever you want to call it. I just remember that this was around the time that my parents would let me kind of ride my bike in the street, which I thought was like a big bonus because I would always have to be on the sidewalk. I was like, there's not enough room, I can't go faster. So they kind of started being more lenient and I would be able to ride my bike in the actual street, which was pretty fun. So, you know, we're in the middle of playing house and I pretend to get hit by a semi and just die. I don't know why that was my role. I didn't have lines for it. Again, this was all improv. We're just playing house. Here I am in the middle of the street, just laying down. My eyes are closed and I hear my mom like banging on the window in the house. So I guess she's looking outside the blinds and she sees me just laying down in the street. I open my eyes, I look up and I see it's her and my heart sank. I'm like, why the f am I laying down in the middle of the street pretending to get hit by a semi truck? Whose child? Bro, I don't even know. Anyway, again, so I get up, go inside. My mom's like, just go upstairs. I don't know. So yeah, I got my ass beat from that too. Fantastic. The last one I really could think of, like right off the top of my head, I had to be in about 6th grade. 6th grade wasn't really a good year for me. I had one bomb teacher that like I will never forget, but besides that, I hated it, honestly. My grades were piss poor. Like I really wasn't trying. I was just kind of breathing, living and breathing, walking up and down the hallways, attending school, hanging out with friends, but I didn't do my work. So in 6th grade, I failed 3 classes, just 3 classes, just bombed them. I think it was math, science, and social studies were the 3 classes that I just couldn't do it. And the funny thing is, those 3 classes were with one single teacher. So I'm sitting here getting criticized 3 periods a day by the same teacher, and then she wants to turn around and fail me. Like, how do you can't, now I gotta go to summer school. How the f am I gonna make up 3 courses on the goodbye? So I remember it's towards the end of the year and I cried the entire way home from school. I didn't even want to take the bus that day. Back in 6th grade, I was taking the bus religiously. This day I was like, I'll burn more calories because I knew I was getting my ass beat. So it takes me, kid you not, 3 hours to walk home. And my house from my school at the time wasn't even 5 miles away. I could have been home. You know, I'm young. I could have jogged, rode my bike. I could have been home in like 45 minutes if I wanted to. It took me 3 entire hours. And this was back when your grades didn't get mailed to you. They physically would hand you your report card, and then it was your job then to go home with it, have your parents look at it, sign it, all that, and then bring it back. So I get to the house, and then what does she do? She's like, hey Jason, how's it going? She was in a great mood that day, which really upset me because I was like, wow, she don't know what's about to pop off. I failed 3 classes. So everything's being cool. I'm trying to play slick ass and ask to go outside, and she's like,
hey, I heard, a couple of days ago that you guys were supposed to be getting midterms, blah, 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 report cards, da, 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 da.
I tell her that, hey, I didn't know. I think we had one. She ends up calling a friend of hers whose son went to the same school as me, asked her, did he get a report card? She said, yeah. She gets off the phone and comes to me again. So at this point, I have no choice but to tell her, yes, indeed, I did get my report card, but I didn't disclose any more info. I give her the report card, and I just, wow. I looked so sad. The look on her face was just 100% disappointment. Like, I could have cried right there. Like, she pulled that part off. And she just looks at it. Kid you not. She's like,
oh, Jason, no. No.
Yeah, and then after that, I got my ass beat. And then I was grounded for about half the summer. I really couldn't go outside until like July 4th. That was the first time they was like, you know what? I guess you could go see the fireworks. But I couldn't leave the house. Like, it was bad. And one of those whoopings you get where it's like you feel the pain from your parents being sent to you through the belt? Like, I'm crying both physically and just mentally. I was emotionally just sad, and I didn't want to disappoint my parents, but I did because I got my ass whooped. So, but no, I think those are the only ones I can really remember or recollect, like right off the top of my head. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, because again, nobody wants to say anything in the comments, but then want to complain for a video that hasn't been dropped yet. Just say words, literally. Like, I'm here 24/7. Just say words, any suggestions that you guys want, I'll check them out, seriously. But no, that's gonna be it for me today. Time for me to edit this and hopefully upload it at a reasonable time. So until my next video, bye.